Dear student, hope you all are fine and safe in home. Today we will discuss about processing device. Last class we already discussed about input device, processing device and output devices. These three this is the three phases of computer. First we are giving input data, then the data should be processed, then we get output. So every computer is functioning in this principle. So we already discussed about input device. So today we will discuss about processing device. So let's start. Processing device. These are devices used for process or convert raw data into information. These are the device used to process raw data into information. Through input device, we are giving raw data, and in output device, we are getting information. In between, the processing is done. Okay, so in computer system, this device is known as central processing unit. So, if you want to wash the cloth, you are using washing machine. So as a input you are giving dirty cloth and it is processing, and in output you are getting clean cloth, but it is processing in that machine. So in like that, in computer, that CPU is processing the data and giving information as output. CPU is a main component of the computer. CPU is a main component of the computer used to process the data that fed into the computer. That data, the raw facts which are fed into the computer, that is processed in CPU, and we are getting information in the understood of by human readable format. We get the information. So processing data may include the following work: calculating. Suppose we want to calculate some 4 into 2 and 2 plus 2, or for small number, if you are not doing, for big number also if you want to calculate, then you can calculate using the computer, and this work is done in processing device. We give the data in input device, and that work is done in processing device, and we can see the output in monitor. Otherwise, if we want to print a hard copy, then through printer we can print. Okay, sorting a number or alphabetical sorting or arrange files, these things also we can do. These all things is done in processing device. Searching anything you want to search, if any files you want to search in your computer also, that work also done by the processing device. Storing, suppose you want to store some data, movie, song, then you can store using the processing device. Drawing, if you want to draw a image, then also you have this, all these things done in processing device. If you say almost all the work is done by the processing device, main processing, all processing is done in processing device. So this is the chip, the central processing unit. It is Intel Pentium chip. Okay, and the CPU is the brain of the computer. So it is the main part of the computer. Okay, like our brain is controlling all our body part, our hand, leg, information. If a mosquito come and bite to us, then from there that sensory organ is giving information to brain that some mosquito is biting in that location. Then our hand automatically going and beat there, or try to beat the mosquito. Yes or no? So like that, the all the control, the information going through data bus, that control of the input device, output device, all these things is done by the processing device, that is central processing unit. For that reason it is known as the brain of the computer. Okay, then what are the parts of the CPU? The parts of the CPU is, one is control unit, arithmetic unit, and register, which is not the immediate access storage, or immediate register also sometimes we are calling IR, means immediate registers. This control unit is control all the activities, and arithmetic logical unit is doing arithmetic operation and logical operation. Arithmetic means addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Logical operation means greater than, less than, or comparing any two number or comparing two values. All these things done by the logical unit. And this register is an important part. It is a fastest memory. Register is the fastest memory where the processing all the data store means it is a temporary memory, and here the data RAM from RAM data is going to the this registers. Okay, we'll see all these things one by one. Okay, then components of the CPU. One is control unit responsible for the following function. Control unit is responsible for the following function. We'll see one by one. It coordinating the input and output device. Okay, for everything we need a coordination. When we are walking, our two legs have to coordinate. Otherwise, if one leg is want to go forward and another leg want to, our right leg want to go forward and left leg want to go backward, then we fall. Yes or no? So we have to coordinate both the leg. Or one first leg is going to one step, means second leg will go to second, or next step it will go. Then we can progress our walking. So everything coordination is required. So it manages the coordination between input and output device. It directs the flow of data from the CPU and input and output device. So it control the flow, how the input is giving the data and how to this information will be displayed in the output device. This control speed of the data, all these things is controlled by the control unit. Then tells the rest of the computer system how to carry out a program instruction, how to carry the instruction and how to flow that instruction. All these things is done by the control unit. It directs the movement of electronic signal between main memory to logic unit. Okay, it movement how the electronic signal, because the data all these things are signals. Okay, we are sending through electronical signal. That is, we are telling that 0 and 1, that is binary number. We will see in future classes how it is working. So it movement the electronic signal between the main memory and logical unit, all these things it is controlled by the control unit. It directs electronic signal between main memory and the input output device. Okay, it also doing the control coordinate between the main memory and the input output device. Okay, then arithmetic logical unit. Arithmetic logical unit is responsible for the following function. Okay, arithmetic logical unit performs all calculation. Okay, all the calculation is done here arithmetic logical unit, and logical decision in the computer system. For arithmetic logical is a plus means addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, all things done in arithmetic logical unit. And this is arithmetic logic operation in Excel. If you are doing in Excel worksheet, if else analysis, all these things done, that is called logic operation. Suppose you like, if a student, if mark is greater than 60 means first division. So this all this instruction is given, that is called logical operation. It is also done through here arithmetic logical unit. Okay, and it control operation of those operations. Okay, all operation are done here. Okay, so we will discuss here registers. It is the most important part. Okay, it is also known as immediate access register. Sometimes in short we are telling immediate register or IR. Okay, it is a very powerful, very small amount and very fast memory. It is a very small amount. Okay, like in secondary memory we are using gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte. It is not like that. It is calculated in MB. Okay, so it is a very small memory, but it's a very fast memory that is built into the CPU or central processing unit in order to speed up its operation by providing quick access to commonly used values. Registers are used to store data during execution of a program. Okay, during execution of a program, we are using this immediate access storage or register. That time it can, when we are giving some input 2 plus 2, it is going to random access memory, then it is moved to registers for processing there. Okay, that time it is stored there. Before processing, it is going to the register, because processor is very fast and RAM is not cope up with the to the processors. Okay, because processor is very fast, it cannot match with the speed of the processor. So RAM is delivered that registers, and register is cope up with that speed of the processor, and there the processing is done. Okay, register is contained in CPU. Okay, registers is contained in CPU in arithmetical logical unit. They are temporary memory. Okay, there are temporary memory, so the processing the data, all these things store there temporarily, not permanently. Okay, when power will be off, then that data will be erased or delete. Okay, so it providing working area for the computation. For the computation, the working area is register. Anybody ask where the actual working area is done, means what is the actual working area in the computer is, that is registers. Okay, so it hold program instruction and data from main memory into register just before processing. Before processing, it is that from random access memory it accept the data, then it is will process, then that processed information will get to come to registers, and that register will move to the give to the random access memory, then we can see the information. Okay, then CPU speed. If CPU is, we are telling that it is very fast, it is doing all this work, then speed should be there. Because if you are working the, running, then we are telling that this much speed, or we are cycling this much of speed. So computer also, how fast it is working, accordingly only computers rate also there, and computer is known as a super fast computer, supercomputer, like that we are telling. So how speed it is, because time is the most valuable thing in this world, we need speed. So the speed of CPU is measured in hertz. Okay, like if we want to go to one place to another, if you are go by cycle, it will take more time. If you want to go by bike, then it will take little, means less time. Then if you want to go by car, then it will take little bit less that time. If you want to go by flight, then you will get, means very less time. So like that, the speed is the very important criteria. So how much speed is more, then it will take that much less time. So this speed of CPU is measured in hertz, that is number of operation can be done per second. Okay, number of operations done per second. In a second, how fast that work is completed, how many works, how many instruction completed in that 1 second, accordingly the speed will be measured. And unit of the speed is kilohertz, megahertz, gigahertz. Okay, so if you want to write anything, then we can say example 700 kilohertz, 300 megahertz, 3.0 gigahertz. These are the examples. Okay, function of CPU. What are the function of CPU? It controls the sequence of operations. It controls the sequence of operation. Okay, it controls all these operation sequence. Okay, which instruction come first, which is in next, then what operation they are doing. All these things controlled by the CPU. It give command to all parts of the computer system like keyboard, mouse, printer, because it is the central processing unit, or it is known as the brain of the computer. It give instruction like that. Our brain is giving instruction to our hand, go and beat the mosquito, like that it is giving instruction to the keyboard, mouse, printer. It interpret and execute program instruction. Okay, it interpret and execute the program instruction. What instruction is given, it is interpret that instruction and giving output. It communicate with the input device and storage device. The communication also done by the CPU. These are the function of central processing unit. Hope you got some idea? Okay. Next class we'll discuss about the output device. And thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Please subscribe the channel.